I actually mostly agree with Chicken Genius Singapore, and yet I keep buying Tesla stock. Why is that? I will explain that in this video. This one you definitely want to watch, but first I want to play this clip for you. If you buy this, it's on sale right now. It's from the peak, it's down basically 50% almost. It could drop lower. There's a good chance it will. Most likely, actually, it will drop further. Notice how I said almost 50% down, and notice how in August it was not 50% down. That's because I was talking about May, and I was telling my brother, hey, look, right now is a good buying opportunity, and he bought. And then in August, I told him, hey, look, you gotta sell now if you are not willing to hold long term. Here, I told you, go in, hold long term. Now, if you want to exit, now is the time to do so. Elon just sold a whole bunch of Tesla stock, and that is as good of an indicator that I need to know probably we are at the local top here. So I told my brother, sell now at $300 split adjusted, or hold for years, long term. He didn't buy all at once. He dollar cost averaged, and when we convert to USD from euros and split adjust, that price came out to be 236. So why would I tell my brother that Tesla stock is most likely is going to drop down from about $236 per share, and the stock was up to $300 per share when split adjusted? And I was not selling to buy back in at a lower price. Is it because I do not find a stock, taking off its close attractive? No, I definitely do. Look, I'm on board with Chicken Genius here. When Tesla stock drops down, if it drops down to 140, that's basically Tesla stock, being naked. But for me, Tesla stock is extremely attractive, even with its close on, and I don't think it needs to take off any more clothes for me to be like, oh, I'm all over you. But that's not all. In fact, nowhere near all at all. Let me explain the real reason. Of course, I believe Tesla stock will 10x at least. My price target remains the same, over $3,000 per share. The real reason is this. Look at this. Just 26% of all actively managed funds beat their returns of their index fund rivals over the decade. This is in this one specific example. In fact, let's take the biggest of them all, the single biggest hedge fund in the world. What are the returns of that hedge fund? You will see the returns of a hedge fund in dark blue color basically match the returns of S&P 500 over the long term exactly, except you get less volatility. That's the only thing you get, on top of fees, on top of fees, on top of fees, on top of fees that you have to pay. And here's the thing, it's run by Ray Dalio. He went to Harvard. Very smart man. I know not everyone likes him, but hey, look, you go to Harvard, that's basically, you have a label on your head saying, I am not dumb, I have high IQ. That's basically what it means. And to say that going to Harvard does not give you an edge or prove that you are capable, I would find that statement extremely hard to believe to say, you're not better than anyone else, you're not more capable. I mean, 41 of Fortune 500 CEOs went to Harvard, which is actually the university that I was planning to go to, but then my e-commerce business started making money, and I was like, I don't think that's worth my time. I placed in the top 20 in Math Olympics in my home country, and that was nowhere near enough to get into Harvard University. And how many people do you need to have to basically just match S&P 500 returns, but with less volatility? How about 1,500? Most of them very smart people, then to some of the best universities. And you're telling me this is the best that you can do? What do you make out of this? It doesn't mean that just going to Harvard makes you more capable. It just means they accept capable people. So if the best of the best, and I'm talking the best of the best, the world's smartest people, if they are not capable of outperforming the market, what makes you think that it's so easy to outperform the market and catch the bottom? So here is what I believe makes the most sense to do. Notice I am younger. So if you look at the returns of the market, if you put your money very long term, you will get the exact same results, except you will pay a lot less in fees. However, it is definitely, I believe, worth timing the market in a sense that you will reduce your volatility and your returns will be more stable. During the best of the years, you will not get the best returns. During the worst of the years, you will not get the worst of losses. You just smooth the whole thing out. So this makes a lot of sense to do, to time the market, if you are closer to retirement, or once you accumulated the amount of money that you are happy with, and now you just want a smooth, stable ride. I believe Ken is now over 40. I think he wrote this a while ago. And also note that he is retired. I am not retired. In fact, I don't want to ever retire. I want to be as useful as I can to the world, make a whole lot of money, become a billionaire, and then give away most of my money. I want to be useful to the world instead of just relaxing and enjoying all the money that I already made. Nothing wrong with retiring if you want to do that. This is just what I want to do for myself. Just like Elon Musk. He's not retiring. He's starting more companies. He's working on Twitter now. He's in SpaceX, Tesla, Boring Company, Neuralink. Also, I am really busy with my other businesses that I need to pay attention to, and also real estate. Commercial real estate is a handful to take care of. So I don't have the time to look at the markets all day, every single day, look at the Fed minutes, every single minute of the day. Later, I will start doing that, by the way, just to let you know. But right now, because I'm still so young, it doesn't matter if I time the market right now and I still get the same return in the end. It makes no difference, basically. Unless, of course, I get lucky, which is not a strategy I want to rely on. All I know is the best people in the world, the smartest people, the people that are best educated, they still cannot time the market to make more profits. They can smoothen out their returns. That's the best they can do. Another reason why I did not sell, and this is a big one, it's not guaranteed it will go down to 140 or lower. You see, I believe Tesla stock will go to above $3,000 per share. Give it 10 years or 2030. And that is a 10x from $300 per share. When I look at other opportunities and when I look at the risk, I don't like what I see. But with Tesla stock, if I sold at that $300 per share, what if it never goes down to 140 and then I never buy back in? I missed on a 10x, trying to make a 20x. In my mind, to me, because I'm still accumulating, that is silly. I would rather take what is, in my mind, an extremely likely 10x over a less likely 20x. When I run the numbers, I prefer that 10x. And also, there's less worry. I just do a simple strategy. Just buy Tesla stock with everything I have. That saves me a lot of time, not having to look at the Fed minutes, not having to look at the macro all day. I also have to think of cost of opportunity, running my businesses and taking care of my other assets, real estate. If I abandon all those other things at the expense of just trying to time the market, everything else would suffer. I'm not okay with that. And especially knowing, then you consider all of the possibilities out there. In the end, your result is most likely going to be exactly the same, because it's not guaranteed it will go down to 140. So then you have to consider that potential downside of a stock never getting there, and therefore you never buying back in. But if I was close to retirement, I would have sold at $300 split adjusted, roughly. or the first time Elon sold, big time. Those are the 2 times I would have sold. And then, would I have bought in already? Well, partially, probably yes. And I would wait for the stock to drop down lower. But keep in mind, that's if I was close to retirement. And if I was close to retirement, there's no way I'm keeping all my money in Tesla stock. I'm very far away from that. So if my Tesla stock goes down to 0, which is the only stock in my stock portfolio, my lifestyle will not change. I will still live in this same $3 million house, as an example. But if I would have sold, and if I was close to retirement, I would understand very well that there is a chance that the stock will never go down that low, because what if full self-driving all of a sudden becomes extremely promising and now everyone is rushing back into the stock? Then you missed on this whole increase. So what am I doing right now? I am buying Tesla stock with all of my spare cash. However, I am not selling my properties to go deeper into Tesla stock. If the stock reaches 140, that's where I will start to very seriously consider and maybe even execute that as well. And if you are closer to retirement age and you are all in Tesla stock, I respect you for how brave you are. That's not something that I would personally do. But I would still keep a sizable position in Tesla stock, even if I was close to retirement age, just not all of it. But because I still have left at least 50 years of accumulation of assets, I am holding and I'm not selling. My name is Matt Posius. These are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. Reporting to you from Vancouver City, Canada. I'll see you later today. Thank you so much for watching.